What's going on, guys? Welcome to 100% Chelsea. I'm joined by Sam from United People's TV. How are you?
Good, mate.
We're obviously going to be talking about the game this weekend, Chelsea versus Man United. We're also going to be doing a prediction for a goal and time scored for BEGOVIC, where you can win 100 grand. I mean, you can do a lot with 100 grand.
You can do a lot with 100 grand.
I'd like to win 100 grand, but obviously you guys would want to as well. There will be a link down in the description. But going into the game, Man United, Chelsea, Mourinho coming back.
Yeah.
You know, what are your thoughts coming into the game? Are you pessimistic? Are you optimistic? Where are you sat?
Well, I think if United fans, every season the fixtures come out, I look for Anfield away. I think when the fixtures came out, Mourinho was looking for Stamford Bridge. This is the game that he's been waiting for. It's come pretty early. United haven't been... I think our first half against Leicester, we won 4-1 in that game, could have scored 6 in the first half. That's the only real half of football that we've really clicked this season. And it's been the story of our season so far. We've got great performances like Leicester, but then you've got 1-0 against Hull, 91st minute, we lost against Feyenoord. There's performances where United have been very under par. And going into Stamford Bridge, we drew 0-0 against Liverpool at Anfield. For me, that was exactly how I expected the game to go. I actually thought that was a good performance, a bad performance in attack, but defensively in midfield, we looked solid, and that's what you expect from Mourinho. He always gets the defence and the midfield done first, and then the attack starts to flow. But at the moment, United aren't looking very good in attack, and that does worry me because I think, well, Stamford Bridge is one of the hardest places to go for United. Under Fergie, Mourinho had his number. I think there was a good six odd year period where we didn't win there. Yeah. And it was only a couple of years ago when Van Persie, I think we scored 2 goals early on, and then we won that game. But Stamford Bridge for me is one of the hardest games of the season, and with the Mourinho factor added on top of it, it's just a bit more spicy.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, yeah, but you're talking about your attack and sorting out your midfield. You spent 89 million, or close to 100 million, I guess, with add-ons and that as well.
That was around, well...
Was it 89 or
it doesn't really matter what it was still world record.
Yeah, so. On Paul Pogba,
yeah,
who's, let's be honest, done nothing. He scored 1 goal, well, he's not done nothing. He scored 8 goals, but the rest of the time he's looked average.
I wouldn't say he's done nothing, but the problem is that Mourinho hasn't found his best position yet. Well, he has, but he couldn't use that against Liverpool because the best position we found so far for Pogba is in a midfield 2 with Ander Herrera sitting as a deep line midfielder and Pogba just being the player that runs up and down. It gives him a bit more freedom. Up against Liverpool, we play with a midfield 3. So because of that, Pogba found himself in a different spot, and that's the problem. We've switched and we've moved Pogba around a lot. I think probably you're looking at Pogba's best position is either going to be on the number 10 or on the left wing where he played for Juventus, which is kind of weird because people consider him as a central midfielder. But that really, you need to allow Pogba to simply concentrate on attacking. And Mourinho is trying to drill into him that he is not just an attacker, he is an all-round player. And I think Pogba's struggling to adapt with that at the moment. When it happens, he could be the complete box-to-box midfielder. At the moment, he's learning. Yeah.
I mean, obviously, if he's learning, you're obviously going to start him because world record, all of that, Chelsea, big player. Who would you start alongside him? Would you bring in Fellaini? Would you basically start the team you started against Liverpool and go for the point again if you were Mourinho? Do you reckon that's what he's going to do?
If you're Mourinho, yes, I think Mourinho will do that. I don't want to do that. I think Chelsea are a lot more gettable than Liverpool were because Liverpool or United, that game is just ferocious at any point in the season. Chelsea, I'm not too daunted by you this season. I think you've been just as inconsistent as us.
Yeah,
you've been switching between 4 at the back, 3 at the back. I think just as much as Mourinho is struggling with his identity at United, Conte is struggling with his at Chelsea. Yeah. Which is no surprise because he's a disciplinarian. And after your players took a whole season off last year, it's come in slowly. And we saw it against Leicester, but then you saw the Arsenal game where you got trounced.
Yeah.
I think because of that, we should be going with a little bit more of an expansive formation. So I'd rather see Herrera, who was our man of the match by some distance against Liverpool, in a holding midfield role with Pogba technically alongside him, but running up and down, and that obviously brings Juan Mata back into the team, who, as you know all too well how good Mata is, and he's been getting better and better. And we all thought Mata was going to go when Mourinho came in, but he's found a new role which seems to work for him, and it's good. And I want to see Mata start at Stamford Bridge.
God, that guy was my hero. Then he went to Man United. I know I didn't have much choice, but still, it hurts to see him in a Man United shirt. Obviously, then we've talked about formations. We've talked about all of that. Obviously, BEGOVIC have said that they are going to put £100,000 on the table for
Nice.
someone who fancies, having a little bit of money. But you have to guess the goal scorer and the minute they're going to score in. Like you said, I think we are very vulnerable. We are, changing up quite a lot. We're very inconsistent. And I think Diego Costa will be marked out of the game because Mourinho knows how to do it. So I'm going to go for a Man United player to score first.
It's a good choice.
I know. Yeah, well, so hope it is and we win 2-1. But I'm going to go Martial. Not Martial. What am I talking about? I said Martial, didn't I?
Yeah, you said Martial.
Yeah, Martial on the 27th minute. Yeah, go Martial on the 27th minute, and then
I'll take that.
See how it goes.
I'll take that. I'll pay you. I'll pay you £100,000 now. Actually, I wouldn't pay you £100,000 for that goal. But I think United. I can just see set pieces being a real plus point for us. Although technically you've got a big team with Luiz and Cahill, but Cahill looks shot this season. The amount of ridiculous mistakes he's making, and for England as well.
Yeah.
And I think David Luiz is. I refuse to believe there is a Brazilian boy that wakes up and goes, I want to be a defender.
Yeah.
Any Brazilian defender is a failed attacker, and you see that in how Luiz plays. He doesn't want to be a defender, but he's got good free kicks. But because of that, I'm going Eric Bailly. I think we're going to get it from a set piece. I'm going 20th minute. I would take that because I think an early goal at Stamford Bridge with Mourinho is going to be 1-0, game over. I think we will shut up shop, and I think you'll struggle to break us down because Hazard is capable, and you're playing with wing-backs, so you technically should have some width. But I think if we do well and we've got the right players to hit on the counter, we could get more than one. If we get that one, then we can play just pure counter-attacking football from whenever we score it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, obviously, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Obviously, you're setting up wing-backs. I'm a bit worried about that because it has been Hull and Leicester who we've been in with wing-backs, and then obviously you're Man United, you're a huge side. Zlatan, Pogba, those two names have sold hundreds of shirts or thousands of shirts around the world.
I'd rather
already.
they score goals than sell shirts, but Zlatan's been off the last few games.
He's been off.
He missed a sitter against Stoke after 2 minutes. We drew that game 1-0. Had we scored that, would have been 4-5, 6-0 because early goal like that would have killed Stoke off. He missed a header against Liverpool. People are slamming him for that. I do think that's a slightly harsh. It was a missed chance, but it was quite a tough chance. But I mean, if you're a world-class striker like Zlatan, there was no one there, he headed it across. Exactly.
You've got to be scoring those.
Zlatan was very clinical in his first few appearances for United, scored 4 and 4. Since then, he's gone off the boil a little bit, and we're waiting for him to really take the game by the scruff of its neck like he does, like he did at PSG, like he did sometimes at Barca, like he always did at Inter under Mourinho. But we're yet to see that. And the same thing goes with Pogba, and it's exactly why I keep saying it every week, but United haven't clicked yet. And we're 7th, I think, in the table. When United click, this squad is capable of winning the Premier League, but we're not clicking yet. Mourinho's not got this team all singing from the same hymn sheet at the moment, but it will happen this season. And I hoped it was going to happen at Anfield, and technically it did because that was Mourinho's game plan. But if we do it against Stamford Bridge, we've got Chelsea 3 days. Sorry, we've got Man City 3 days after you as well. And
do you reckon you're going to start a very strong team then?
Full strength. We're playing City in the League Cup.
Yeah, I know, but it's still, it's Man City.
Yeah, but it's Mourinho. He'll probably play a full-strength 11 then and a full-strength 11 3 days later as well. Because then we've got Burnley at home in the league, which technically you might be able to spot 1 or 2 in, but you can't really underestimate anybody in the Premier League. There's no given game anymore.
True.
But I expect this game at Stamford Bridge to be exactly the same as Liverpool. It's not going to be a game for the neutrals. It's not going to be a game for the purists. It's going to be two chess teams going against each other, just waiting for the other to make a mistake. And I hope that Mourinho and United can get that, and I hope we can come away with a 1-0 win. That's my prediction. I don't think there's going to be lots of goals. Maybe an early goal will change it, but I just very much doubt it.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest. I'm going 0-0 or 1-1. It's going to be one of those two. Like you said, it's a chess game. You're going to wait for someone to make a mistake, and then that's it. I mean, if it's going to be the 1-1, we'll score first and you'll score second. That's what will happen. If you score first, like I said, shut up shop. That's it. You'll bring on Fellaini and whatever, and then he'll elbow someone in the face.
Wouldn't be surprised if he started, which makes me sick. But
I like Fellaini. I think it's because I'm just really dirty as well. That's why I like him. But I kind of like him. I think he's a little player.
If Fellaini's the sort of players like Rooney now, you've got to use him at the right time, in the right position, and not from a starting in a central midfield role. He's not a 90-minute central midfielder. He's so limited. He's disciplined. He does what people tell him to do, but there's better players in that squad that can do a lot more than him in midfield, and when he comes in, he slows United down so much, and it's painful. But for a game like Stamford Bridge, after seeing Ashley Young and Fellaini start at Anfield, nothing will now surprise me this season.
Fair enough. But yeah, that has been your Chelsea versus Man United preview. Obviously, subscribe to United People's TV. I've done a preview over there with Sam as well, and there's all good Man United stuff as well, just good talking about football. Obviously, if you want to do that Better Victor thing, there's a link down in the description, but most importantly, subscribe to 100% Chelsea. All social media links are down in the description for Facebook, Snapchat, Twitter and Instagram. Obviously, thanks for coming on, Sam.
Cheers, mate.
Best of luck this weekend, but whatever, I don't mean it, it's fine. But
Yeah, you do.
yeah, I'll see you later.
Take it easy.